All right, team, we are back with another video to help you finish your traverse calculations. This one is entitled, enthrallingly, Checking Elevations with Backsights, everyone's favorite topic. So if you've seen some of the other videos, awesome. If you haven't, be sure to check them out. What I'm doing here is I'm going to give you the foresight elevations calculated from this example traverse posted on Moodle. For each TP, TP at 1 or elevation at TP1, 341.37, all the way down to elevation at TP6, 349.55. And all of these are in feet. One of the assignments that you have is to double check your elevations using your backsight measurements. And I think that this can be a little confusing, which is why I want to walk you through it and explain it to you. So, in this particular case, we don't have a, I'm actually going to start us on TP2. I'm going to start us on TP2. And we are going to check the elevation at TP3 based on TP2. But in this particular case, we are going to use the backsight measurement. And I am just highlighting that line here because it is the line that gets us from TP3 to, or from TP2 to TP3. But it is a backsight measurement. It is a backsight measurement. So you could also do this from TP1 to TP2, and I'm sort of jumping us in the middle here. Could also do it there. I'm just highlighting that so you see what value we would use. All right, so let's go back to the problem at hand. We want to check our elevation at TP3. We want to do it based on elevation at TP2. And so in this particular case, we have to write out our fundamental equation again. We know TP2, our elevation at TP2, elevation at 2 is equal to 355.91. But I want to draw your attention over here to the measurement. We are taking a backsight. Where is the instrument set up in this particular case? It is set up on TP3. So again, I'm going to tell you always draw a picture. We are on TP3 and we are backsighting. We are backsighting TP2. So checking elevations is similar to that calculation you're going to do with your backsight to the benchmark. We're going to follow a similar procedure. So the way that we always write this equation is we start from where the instrument is. So where is the instrument in this case? It is at TP3. We are going to add the height of our instrument. We are going to, just by convention, add our vertical distance component that accounts for the difference between where our total station is located and where our rod is located. We are going to subtract the height of our rod, and that will get us to elevation at point 2. And just like what happens when we backsight a benchmark and need to calculate the elevation at a first turning point, we want to rearrange this equation because what do we know? Our known here is our elevation at point 2, and we want to find or check our elevation at point 3. So let's rearrange this equation. I'm going to keep elevation of 3 on the left-hand side, and what I'm going to do is move HI, vertical distance, and HR to the other side. So HI is now minus, vertical distance is now minus, and HR is now plus. We've moved them to the other side. We can now populate some values. So elevation at 3 is going to be equal to elevation at 2. We're going to use that foresight calculation you did last week, 355.91. minus HI. In this particular case, we are using 4.71 minus VD. In that case, that is equal to our slope distance of 155.548 times cosine of my vertical angle, 92. Whoop, crap. 92 plus 38 over 60, sorry, about 8 plus 1 over 3,600. And then we also need to add, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to do it sort of up in the corner here, our rod height, which in this case is 5 plus 5.00. And when I do that, I'm just going to double check this for my own funsies. 355.91 minus 4.71 plus 5 minus 155.548 times cosine of 92 plus 81 divided by 60 plus 1. Oh, I wrote down 81 and that says 38. Sorry, 38 divided by 60 plus 1 divided by 3,600. I'm combining too many numbers. And I get, for that elevation, 363.35 feet. What does that tell me? My original calculation of elevation 3 from the foresights up here is 363.99 feet. These two are close together. That is what we want. Always better if they are super close together, but this would make me happy. This would tell me, okay, my measurements seem all right. And we sort of have the additional validation, right, of the slope distances. But you'll notice they have a 10-foot difference in their slope distances at this point. There was probably an issue or an error there. But the fact that these elevations are pretty darn close makes me happy. I can use this exact same equation that I have rewritten right here to calculate the backsight with known of TP3 to get my elevation at TP4, with known of TP4 to get my elevation at TP5, with known of TP5 to get my elevation at TP6. And for each one of those calculations, you should be using the elevation from your foresight measurements from last week's calculations. You always want to start from those. We're just sort of double checking them with these backsight calculations. All right, team, I hope this helps. Please come see me if you have questions, and happy calculating. I look forward to seeing all of your exciting Traverse results very soon.